Okay, so we're learning Parshas Vayigash. We're going to learn Likutei Halachos. It says in the pasuk, Hashem says to Yisrael, it says Yaakov, and he tells him, I am your God, God of your fathers. Don't be afraid if you're going to Mitzrayim. I'll make you a great nation. And then he says, I will go down with you in Mitzrayim, and I will take you out. So Rav Nosson says, he brings this, Sfarim say that this pasuk is a sod. It contains in it the deepest depths of what exile is, what Galus is. You have to know the Galus, the first element of the Galus is you have to know that Galus is planned. It's not by accident. It's not from nowhere. The person has different troubles and different difficulties. He figures, why me? If only things were different, then I would do, really, So it's a story with, you have to work with what you have and who you are. That's how you get to be what you're supposed to be. So the first thing to be aware of is that Hashem is right there with you as you're going down in the difficulty and then eventually taking you out. And it's all a process to get you to move out. Just like what happened with Yosef, it's the same with every person. It's brought in Sfarim, nothing says this also, it's brought in Sfarim that everything happens to Tanakh goes through every person all the time. It's like you can go through your desperation, this is the beginning, and then you fall in this way, and then you have the mabu with all these crazy thoughts, and you bullying the bullying, you have confusions. That's already the Tower of Babel over there, and you have kind Hevel, and the kind part of you kills the other part of you, and you have all of these things that happen have to do with every person. He's taking him to Mitzrayim, it's a family, he goes here and he goes there. All of these things can be, we're not going to do this right now, we really can go through the Pratis and every specific, but you can't necessarily do everything right this second, because we're focusing on Likutei Halachos here. But the first thing is to be aware is that the main Galus is Galus HaNefesh. What happens to a person is a reflection of what's happening on high, as you find in the Zohar. It's a reflection of what's happening on high. That's what you find in the Zohar. So what that means is that whatever happens, the main thing is to remember that Hashem is right there with you. Hashem is right there with me at this moment, at this instant. Everything's from Him exactly the way He wants it, exactly how He wants it. Exactly right. There's no mistakes, there's no errors, there's no nothing. I'll tell the story from the Sulam. Again, I think I told it the last time I did this year actually. But I'll tell the story from the Sulam. The Sulam was traveling with his father in Europe or in Poland to Parasov. He went to Parasov. The Parasov Rebbe was Hanukkah. The Parasov Rebbe gave out Hanukkah geld. So the Parasov Rebbe he had different coins. So he gave his father, it was a chasheva, he wrote on the Zohar, explaining the Zohar Al-Pi, the Baal Shem Tov, very, very profoundly deep. Rav Morishton says when you want to learn Sulam, it's very difficult, the language is so hard. He said he wanted people to only be able to learn Torah Lishma. He said otherwise, if you're not really sincere, you're dedicated, you're not going to get it. And that's the plan, tough luck. Rashash is similar in that way. It's just hard to figure out. So the Rebbe gives his father the smallest coin, a kappa. It's the tiniest coin. It's like a penny, a Polish penny. It was really pretty much worthless. It's he comes all the way in the snow, days, and he gets this little. So he looked at it a little bit like kilo. He's trying to Marama. It's that's it. I get that's what I'm worth. Kilo. That's kilo. What? I could even a bigger one, whatever. So the Rebbe said, he said, don't look at the coin, look at the nosing. Who gave the coin? And he's and the remez that the Rebbe was trying to say, and the Sum Rebbe, he said he took this remez very strongly, that whatever you're going through, it might be your situation is so difficult, it's so hard, but really, nevertheless, remember the nosing. Hashem gave it to you because that's what you need right now. He's right there with you. Just don't close yourself off to Him. Open yourself up. That's as they state in the Likutei Halachos says that the Rav Nosson says when you're in difficulty and you're having a hard time, you have to be zoche. We have to manage. We have to strengthen ourselves to be able to remember Hashem in that difficulty. And then He's right there. You just have to work on Him. It's Mitzrayim. He's right there. It's Galus HaNefesh. That's the main thing. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Just 5 minutes, please. And just 5 minutes, please. I'm taping. And the main thing is his chaskis. The person has to strengthen himself. Things are difficult. He has such hardships, so bitter. It's he seems like he's he's finished. He feels like it's over. Like I just can't get anywhere. He's done. Nevertheless, the person has to strengthen himself. The person has to strengthen himself, and he has to be mischazik. And he said, "You have to know Hashem." Even from that place, Hashem will have Rahman. There's a lot of psukim that show this, right? That show this. If I said my foot will stumble, your kindness, Hashem, supported me, right? And there are many other psukim that he brings. There are various psukim in this area. It seems like he's on the brink, and then suddenly Hashem, because there's such a thing, the person turns the Yerida into an Aliyah. You turn the difficulty into Aliyah. Specifically when it's difficult, when a person's in pain, that's when you have tikvah. That's when you have tikvah. That's when you have hope. Because Hashem turns the makkah into a refuah. The makkah is set aside, right? Hashem makes the makkah for the refuah first, but the pshat, the makkah is to bring you to the refuah. That's the purpose. I will go down with you and I will pick you up. And you might ask how? How do you make a Yerida into an Aliyah? So the answer is, this could become very long, although we're not going to make it long, but like very big kids are very concisely. The first thing to be aware of is that every Yerida is an opportunity. Because when you're trying to climb spiritual matters, you always have to go through Yerida Tzorch Aliyah. You have a klipa kadol l'pri. You have a husk you have to go through, like a shell, and then you get into the good stuff. There's protection you have to break through. And the shell brings all sorts of bullying, confusions, and difficulties. And what we need to do, we need to break through, we need to work hard and connect. And when a person has Yerida anyway, so he can take the Yerida, I can take the Yerida and I can change it around. I can change that into Yerida Tzorch Aliyah. It's a choice. I have to make a choice. That's what the Chofetz Chaim said, person is bizocha the Teshuvah mi'ahava. Not just Teshuvah mi'yira, you want to get the Teshuvah mi'ahava. That's what you're not concerned. The person has to work. If you want it, you're looking for it, you'll get to it. So it's a matter of striving, it's a matter of yearning, it's a matter of being very patient and working hard on it. So that's one Indian of how to change the Yerida. Another thing is when a person's in a distant place, so he brings light even into that place. And the Chofetz Chaim actually says we see this sometimes because since a person, it says about Teshuvah are higher than tzaddikim, he says because a person who knows what he did, right? And he did Teshuvah, so he's going to someone who's where he was. He's like, you know what? Okay, you're going to hang around these bars doing this. I'm telling you, there's nothing here. It's like really empty. It's like there's no content. I'm sorry, you're not going to be satisfied. You can do it. You drink another drink, another 50 drinks, another million drinks. You can do this. You can do that. All this fun stuff that you think is fun, and really, it's useless. So if a person's never been there, he's like, how do you know you don't drink? You never did this, you never did that. What in the world do you know? When a person's done, he's like, I've been there, done that, I'm telling you there's nothing there. So the person can you can understand. So that's another very important nekuda, that you're able to help, and you can change your read onto Aliyah, you're able to understand, you're able to be more sensitive, you're able to be more understanding. And there's another inyan. The other inyan is that there's learning how to be patient is also very important. To learn how to, at least, the calendar would say, at least learn how to be patient with other people with their difficulties. You have a difficulty, at least learn how to be patient with someone else. That's the story with Rav Chatzkel once saw Rav Wolbe. How's the Rav Hamusa going? Rav Wolbe said it's not going so well. So Rav Chatzkel said, yeah, but how's learning savlanis? How's learning to at least be solved with your friends' troubles, your friends' difficulties, and say, hey, I'm imperfect. I can understand my friend's imperfections and deal with him the way I should deal with him. And he said that's going very well. He said that's all kedai. It's kedai, the whole thing, just to work on the patience, to work on that's what the moon is. Right now, that's what applied to moon is. And the kilo in a certain way, the person doesn't care. You learn how to because you're connected. This is from Hashem. You're with Hashem. So you have to know Hashem is right there with us at all times, every moment, every second. We want to change things to Teshuvah Mihava. We want to change the read into Aliyah. We want to change all the good things. We want to get to all these good things. But I think that there's a reason for all these difficulties. You just have to hold on, keep down, keep asking Hashem, and eventually He's going to take us out when we get what we're supposed to get to. The Makkah turns into refuah. Because we're able to bring in spiritual light in places. This is another thing that says, places that we were so distant you can never bring ore into, because the person fell to those places and now he goes up, he's bringing ore into even those places. Like so for the time you could do that even physically, and also spiritually that's the way it works. So you have to know that Teshuvah is very, very powerful. I'll tell the story, I'll end with the story of the Tzifsei Tzaddik, very favorite story. The Tzifsei Tzaddik, he would say a mashal to understand how the power of Teshuvah. He would say that Teshuvah is like a guy who's walking in the woods, and he sees this tremendous, it's like a chest full of treasure. It's like abandoned. He's like, wow, I have all this treasure. Just treasure on the floor, whatever it fell, whatever it was. Wow, he said, but how do I carry it? I have no pockets. I can't do. So he takes off his clothing. He makes this he's like long underwear, these dab, whatever. He makes this makeshift kind of sack. He piles everything in, and he's schlepping it. It was so heavy he can't even carry it. He's schlepping it home. The trouble is, he lived, used to be in not so far long ago. People, like every area more or less was a rough area. Like most places was a rough area. So he had to go through, trying to get home. You can't go to a bank. The bank, there's no bank. And people, who knows what will happen if he goes trying to tell official people. They'll just take the money from him, trying to get home. So there's like a gang of people there. There are people like he's like, oh no, there's roughs over there on the way to his house. Like, hey, what you got there? So they see this treasure. Not only they take his thing and hit him, and they also steal his clothes because they're in his sack. So he loses everything. That's the Tzahara. One person, he does it, or various whatever he does, but they just Teshuvah. Not only do you get everything back, you take away from him what he didn't have. You're not going to do the similar thing. You make him vomit out. You generate Gerim by the Teshuvah and connection to other people who are very distant. That's what Teshuvah does. So we all have this power. We all have this koch. That's the Tzahara very much wants a person to give up. Just give up. Just forget it. That's the biggest strength. Because you give up. When a person gives up, you give up. You lost out on an opportunity. Things could be much better and much higher. You have so much potential. Just give up. What are you giving up for? It doesn't make sense. It's very foolish. You have to know every Yerida can turn into a Aliyah. That's the main thing. And Hashem shall be zocheh. This Secret of Vayigash. That's what the Zohar says. Vayigash. They lived in Goshen. The Jewish people. They went to Goshen. Goshen is the Secret of a person being close. It means closeness. Gosh, right? Come, approach. This Secret of closeness. This Secret of being able to connect to Hashem in every situation. That to realize I'm close to Hashem. That's the soul. That's the kitzur of what the Zohar says. It's a little more elaborate. But bottom line is, that's the soul. And then every person, we all have all the worlds inside us. Everything we do, every move we make, it's all from Hashem. It's all the way it's supposed to be. Hashem is zocheh for all these good areas, and to always hold on until we change all the yeridas into aliyahs. Do I close this off? Thank you.